Welcome to the materials segment of our acid staining training course. In this module, we're going to cover the materials that you'll be using to apply your acid stain. We'll be talking about the acid stain product itself, as well as the finish products that we're going to be using with the epoxy primer and the epoxy and or urethane final clear coat on your acid stain project. And so in the following moments here in this video clip, we'll demonstrate for you photos of the actual acid stain product, as well as the epoxies and the urethane epoxy clear coats that you'll be applying to your acid stain concrete project. So that's pretty basic, pretty simple. The procedures will be explained a little bit more in detail when we get into the actual application of the acid staining. We'll have live footage there for you to be able to view how to apply it and exactly our methodologies as well in applying the acid stain as well as the clear coats, being the primer, epoxy, and the urethane and or epoxy final coats that you put on afterwards. Material-wise, that pretty well covers everything. The neutralization products that you'll use, as we have described a little bit, just briefly, TSP, baking soda, vinegar are three just real simple household products that you can use to neutralize the acid stain after it's been applied and you've waited the 24-hour period. Following these photos that you'll soon see here describing all of the products that we've described in way of the colorants and the finish coatings, I'll share with you my concluding remarks. This is just a quick overview of the products you're going to be using on your acid staining project. From left to right is the urethane clear coat, in the middle is the water-based epoxy clear coat, and on the right there is the concrete coatings vivid acid stains. These are the acid stain colorants that you have to choose from that we have preferred working with over the course of our career. Concrete Coatings manufactures this vivid acid stain product line. They offer 11 different color shades in the stain itself, and we have created some sample boards upcoming here that will kind of reflect a good idea and representation as to what you can get and plan on seeing in your concrete project. Keep in mind that each piece of concrete has its own personality and characteristics, so these aren't exactly the same as what you'll see reflected on your concrete project. I'd mentioned earlier too that neutralization was recommended by the manufacturer. We've done this earlier on when we first started work with the product, but we've discovered that it's really not necessary. You can if you want to. TSP is a good alternative, baking soda or ammonia, but all in all, over 45 years in our career, just tons of water is sufficient. I wouldn't get too wound up about trying to neutralize your rinsing process when you neutralize your acid stain. This is the water-based clear epoxy with a high gloss finish that we typically put down as a primer coat. More oftentimes than not, we follow up with a secondary coat with this same water-based clear epoxy that's a high gloss finish because it has good pot life and workability. You can go with this ultra surface acrylic urethane that's water-based as well. Its pot life is a little bit shorter, which makes it a little bit more of a challenge to put it down over big, large areas. But all in all, it's a great product, has probably a slight bit more of a sheen to its finish than the water-based epoxy, but not too terribly noticeable. This is typically what a finished acid stain project looks like, with whether it be the water-based epoxy, primer coat, secondary coat, or the urethane. All of these acid stain finishes are used with these products, and they have a wonderful sheen to them. They've got great durability. They're not totally scratch resistant, but all in all, they're pretty tough and durable, and you won't have a need or concern for any cause for delamination, peeling, or blistering. And that should conclude our segment here on the materials. And so that's it with the materials. That's pretty short and sweet. You like the short list, and it makes things simplified for the do-it-yourselfer. Whether you're experienced or not, it's just nice to have things straightforward and pretty simple. So I hope that that's been easy enough for you to follow along with. Our next segment now will go into the actual preparation of the floor. We'll go into some real detail there. It'll be a little bit more lengthy in the video clip that describes that module of preparing your floor before you apply the acid stain. We'll look forward to seeing you in the preparation of the floor segment